Hey guys, this is Ren here bringing StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the first set between Calm and Great in the round of 8 of the Hana Daetoo MSL. Yes. Need something short and sweet after a massive TVT, so what's better than ZVZ to remedy that? This is going to be an odd I2. Hit the upper left-hand corner of the yellow. It's going to be Great. At the bottom or right-hand corner in red is going to be Calm. Also Zerg player, of course. Ketchup and mustard and all those good things. So that's going to be the second game I bring you guys today. The rest I'll try to bring you guys tomorrow. I'm not quite sure when. But, yeah, schedule did not allow me to do more, so I apologize about that. But we're going to see what happens. We'll see what I manage to bring you guys. But before I do anything else and get into the whole shebang, I'm going to do some sinkage. 50, 51, 52. Righto. So let's see whether one player decides. This is a two-player map, of course, but players sometimes tend to go risky on this map for some reason. In the ZVZ, they tend to go for 12 hatches overall. So probably gonna see the same thing from Calm here, and we're gonna see whether Great decides to do exactly the same thing. But yeah, actually, okay, actually Calm gonna move up and actually plant the 12 hatch at the 4 o'clock position across the bridge. Okay, that's extremely interesting. Huh. And on the opposite side, I think we're just going to see a standard 12 hatch. So this is a production hatchery from Calm, but in a hidden position. And I'm not quite sure exactly what his plan is with this. On the opposite side, no, we do see a 12 pool and an overpool to follow quickly after that. But this is going to be an extremely interesting strategy from Calm. Calm, of course, known as the guy that does funky things. So I'm assuming that whole positioning from the hatchery is extremely important. It's right up to the bridge. It's not going to get scouted right away. So the Overlord's going to have to go inside his base to find out what's going on. And I'm thinking this might be some sort of just economic Zergling strategy, just to basically get that prediction hatchery in that position, then just to try to get as many Zerglings as possible. On the opposite side, we actually do see Great going for a hatchery, but he's actually going to do that to target position rather than his natural expansion. So also sort of a funky build, but Calm definitely not playing economically because that hatchery is definitely out of position, so he's not going to be playing an economic game. He's putting a hatchery in that position, a very specific location. Also, once Great gets that Overlord in there, it's going to take a long time because generally, of course, in the ZVZ, you don't really send out your drone very often unless it's a 4-player map. It's going to take off for all those Overlords to get there, and we're now just going to be seeing a lot of them morphing into Zerglings. I'm just wondering what he's actually going to go for. He has an extractor up, but he's not mining any gas at the moment and saving some of his larvae up. So I think he's just going to be getting some of these Zerglings out there as possible. I have no idea really what he's trying to go for here. It's still going to take a while for Great to scout this. Still not in that base to get the scout on this. The only thing that's scouting this is the Kakaru flying around there. Yeah. Remember, kids, killing Kakaru is a sin. 6 Zerglings out there now for Calm, hiding behind the middle lines in his natural expo. So he's definitely hiding the amount of Zerglings he has, trying to circumvent, trying to make sure the Overlord doesn't spot that, actually forcing some of his Zerglings back. Oh god, this would be absolutely brilliant. Even more Zerglings streaming out. So he's definitely trying to catch Great off guard because he's streaming even more Zerglings from that foreground position. I think Great's actually streaming his own Zerglings out there, so we're going to see whether he manages to catch or not. Calm, meanwhile, has that Overlord in there to spot that position, so this is actually quite brilliant play from Calm. We're going to see whether this works out or not. Great does have a position, the foreground position. If Calm manages to spot that, that's going to be a vulnerable position for him to easily abuse, but I think he's just going to go straight for the mid. Not quite sure what's going to have enough. Great does have quite a few forces that are on that ramp. I'm going to see he's going to try to run up this ramp. I'm going to see what is going to be enough. There is a quite large number of Zerglings. He's going to try to get up that ramp. I think it's going to be enough. That is going to be enough. More than enough Zerglings to run right up that ramp, catching Great completely off guard. Just going to get right inside that main, ransack that entire position. Oh, drone's going to come up the line, just trying to get some sort of defensive going. Just a few Zerglings going to try to pop. Nice little drone surround there overall by Great, but just not enough drones to fight back at this huge, massive Zerglings there. I don't think he might be able to clean this up. 3 Zerglings at this point for Calm, just going to be forced back, but even more reinforcement Zerglings coming in for him here. But beautiful play from Calm, picking off a lot of drones in there. Great now looking in a horrible position to going to try to actually run some of his own Zerglings across, but Calm at this point with even 5 Zerglings at this point. Great going to be forced to put down a sunken colony inside of his main, try to fight this back. Calm yet again going to get engaged. Drones and Zerglings being forced to engage him. He's definitely trying to surround it, killing all the Zerglings in there. 3 drones, the only thing left. They're going to be forced back. 1 creep colony, and there's not going to even manage to morph into a sunken before it dies. So absolutely dominating, beautiful, beautiful play, absolutely thought out by Calm, and great GGs right then. Alrighty then. Calm bringing us his good old standard fare. And Great's like, say what? So yeah, I'm not at all surprised. This looks like he's going to be bringing us some ZVZ performance like he brought in the Avalon MSL, where his ZVZ really was a highlight of the entire tournament. So we're going to see what he manages. We're not probably going to be seeing... I confused the brackets a bit, so I don't know if Jaedong is in his bracket now, so whether we're going to be seeing ZVZs or not. I'm not quite sure if that's the case. But still, nice build from him there. So we're going to see whether he brings in more ZVZ highlights. Definitely showing some solid play to start it off. We're going to see how it goes. So GG guys, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. That's going to be all from me today. But more coming in tomorrow. Later guys.
그렇죠. 정상적으로 안 한다라는 것을 보여주고 나서 나중에 정석으로 바꿀 수도 있는 거고. 예, 차명한 선수도 나름 변화를 줬었거든요.
그렇죠, 비슷하게.
근데 김윤환 선수가 오히려 한 발 앞서서 그런 모습을 보였었기 때문에 차명한 선수 입장에서는 어떻게 할 방법이 없는 거였고, 김윤환도 스스로 만족스러웠나 봅니다. 네. 수면시 어떤 미소를 지으면서 일주일 뒤에 있을 나머지 경기들도 잘 치를 수 있겠구나라는 좋은 기분을 느꼈던 것 같아요. 야, 단 한 방에 하고 싶네요. 한 수이다라는 생각. 분명히 차명한 선수도 거의 비슷한 이런 전략을 준비를 해왔습니다. 해철이 지은 위치 떨어져서 지금 앞마당을 안 먹고 본진 안쪽에서 트윈 맞는 것도 아니고 다른 쪽 두 번째 멀티에다가 해철이 짓는 것 똑같았는데 레어를 눌렀고 안 눌렀고 차이입니다. 레어를 눌렀고 안 눌렀고의 차이로 경기가 이렇게 바뀌는 거죠.
그리고 저글링이 또 연기를 했잖아요.
예.
Hey guys, this is Ranchin here, bringing StarCraft commentary. This is going to be the second set between Calm and Great in the Hana Daetoo MSL Quarterfinals. This is, of course, the round of 8, aka quarterfinals. This is going to be on match point. I'm going to get colors and position on the way. The bottom left-hand corner... Okay, they changed colors on me. But the bottom left-hand corner at the 7 o'clock, we're going to have Great. It's Great. Or they're Great. I don't... Oh, God, I haven't seen the commercial in ages. Anyway, at the upper right-hand corner at the 1 o'clock in red, it's going to be Calm. So we're going to have ketchup and mustard today. I don't know. Somehow just ZVZ feels most natural when it's ketchup and mustard. I think it's the matchup that generally... I don't know if it's luck or something or just the odds, but generally whenever I watch ZVZ, that tends to be the matchup, the mirror matchup that gets the most ketchup and mustard treatment, I guess. And they're staying on this blonde-colored guy. They stayed on him for way too long. I'm sorry. So, quarterfinals continue. Gonna get all of this out today. Gonna see how I am on time for the second round that was played. Second round of matches that was played on Thursday, but we're going to see how it all... This is all going to be out, guys, and not as late as it was during my exam times. I'm done. I'm finished. Booyah. Calm going to go for Overpool. On the opposite side, we're going to have Great. Probably going to go for 12 hatch, and that already might be a win right there. We're going to see. We are going to see a quick gas right afterwards. Don't see many overpulls in ZVZ. Generally, you see a bit more 12 pulls than overpulls, I believe. Anyway, you can do some countdownage, 27, 28, 29. But yeah, Calm's going to have a lot more Zerglings out there, a lot quicker. He's going to be able to threaten Great space very quickly. The rush distances aren't like the fastest ever, but they are okay. Also, there's going to be some quick gas, so we're going to see whether he actually tries to get some quick Zerglings, speedlings out there. Zerg speedlings, I guess, yeah, going to get some Zerg speed. On the opposite side, we see the spawning pool coming down just now. So, okay, God, this would be a horrible position for Great. Nice decision here by Calm to go for some aggression. But yeah, I'm going to be able to continue bringing you guys this pretty quickly. I have a lot of work this weekend, you know. Just finished my exams and work, but I did pretty well overall. Don't think I like totally aced anything, but I didn't do bad at anything. I did very well in everything. I'm a guy, this is university. I don't ace things in university. I just do well. Okay, Calm gonna go and start his usual trickery. Gonna bypass that Overlord. So we're gonna see whether he managed to get a pseudo repeat of what he did last time. He's completely running by every and all Overlords. There's gonna be 2 Zerglings coming out here at the Natural Expo. They're gonna let themselves be spotted by their Overlord. This could be absolute beautiful trickery here against Great. Great just now has his spawning pool up. We're going to see whether Calm going to have the overlord inside. His Zerglings, Great is going to, just because Spawn took that little detour, Spawn going to continue getting some Zerglings out there, is going to get his lair on the way. He is going to be able to, I think with all the Zerglings running, he's probably going to be able to turn that natural exploit into mincemeat, but he's not going to bother with that. He's going to run right inside the main. He knows that's where the damage is to be done. Drone's going to come off the line. Some Zerglings there as well. Calm going to manage to run 4 of his Zerglings inside. Has 3 Zerglings right at the back. Speed is on them, so he's going to be able to take advantage of this. Great does not have speed in his Zerglings. Calm just testing the waters right now. He's going to be able to be very annoying. When he will actually manage to do some sort of damage. All those drones off the line. That's already a lot of damage being done. A bunch of drones not doing any mining. Great being forced to play very careful. They're going to try to engage, losing a drone there. Calm just running in and out, doing an absolute beautiful job of microing. Going to run back. Has some Zerg inside the main as well. Forcing Great to build a lot of his own. There are going to be a lot of much faster Spire coming out there for Calm. We're going to see what he managed to do with that. Going to run in with even more Zerg. Trying to get even more drone kills and then runs right back as soon as he feels himself threatened, reinforcing with even more Zerglings. Forcing Great to be at the natural right now. We're going to see what he gets another. Going to get another. More drone kills. Dear God, only loses 1 Zergling. Going to get another one. No. Almost gets another drone kill, but not quite. He's done a hell of a lot of damage already. A lot of drones picked off. A lot of drones not mining for a while there for Great. He's actually going to run back with the rest of his Zerglings that he can. He's done enough damage, accomplished enough. Great not even mining any gas at the moment because they need those minerals out there to fight back the Zerglings. He has no gas, no lair on the way. Calm actually putting down a second colony inside of his base just to be safe, just to be sure. But even that I don't think is going to be necessary. He's doing that just for the safety of it, but he's going to be able to win this just off 1 base. He's going to have his Mutalisks out there. He's going to have his initial 3 Mutalisks out there very soon. And he's going to be able to continue to reinforce them. And Great's going to have to put some evolution chambers up right now. He's going to need some evolution chambers right now. He's not mining any gas. There's no lair on the way. Great's going to be in a lot of trouble. Calm's still getting a lot of Zerglings out there. Great's going to be able to run a Zergling scout inside of Calm's base, but not going to manage to do anything. So Sunken Colony should be able to actually take that with no problem. Calm's still going to go out there and put on the aggression. And this is actually pretty much a horrible position for Great to be in at the moment. Calm's still running around there being annoying with his Zerglings. Still going to be able to, might even actually push in and do some damage with that. And as soon as he has Mutalisks out there, he's going to be able to utilize his Zerglings on the ground to let those in without any problem. He's going to utilize those Mutalisks in the air again to just take absolute superiority. Do a lot of damage. I think with the amount of Zerglings out there, he might actually even manage to pick up any Spore Colonies might be coming up. But there's no Evo Chamber that I can see, no Spore Colonies in the way, and this is going to be just now we see the Evolution Chamber come up. He's going to need a Spore Colony in each base. Calm going to go in and engage. Great has quite a few Zerglings in there, so he should be able to fight back from the ground, but still his Mutalisks are going to be coming in. So Great right now needs to try to get his Zerglings out there. He needs to get the Zerglings out there. Needs to make the Mutalisks focus on the Zerglings on the ground rather than the drones on the ground. First creep colony coming down inside the ground. I think actually the second creep colony as well. I think the Mutalisk might actually, the initial Mutalisk might actually beat the Spore Colony. We're going to see who manages this. On the opposite side, we do see was the 5-6 Zerglings getting inside the base. Calm has a couple of Zerglings that are actually running them away. Okay, just now microing them. Did lose quite a few drones. They're losing a lot of drones inside of his main. Finally managed to do enough damage. Going in here for a full frontal attack. Zerglings on the ground. Mutalisk in the air. Gonna lose most of his Zerglings. 2 of them gonna run inside. Great meanwhile gonna run his own Zerglings way inside of Calm's. He's gonna try and do some damage there. Is he? No, okay. He's keeping him actually inside of his own base. Trying to fight back whatever Calm brings at him. And actually, is Calm desperately trying to get some Zerglings, trying to pick off those Spore Colonies because the Mutalisk's not gonna be too effective with those Spore Colonies on the ground. Just now getting his natural expansion up, but still, I feel that Calm will roll in a much better position. Great has not been, is mining some now, but he's not really saturated. Any of his bases aren't really that saturated. He's not mining that second gas, so that second base is more of a bother for him than anything else. That second hatchery does give him quite a lot of Zergling production, so he's going to manage to fight back anything that comes in from the ground. Way too much there for Calm to deal with. Way too much on the ground for Calm to deal with, but still, those Mutalisks also picking off Overlords. That's a lot of damage that can be accomplished with that. Just supply block, make sure that Great can't get any more forces out there. Calm being forced to focus a lot on his Zerglings. He only has the 3 Mutalisks out there. He would want to have more, but he's not focusing anymore because there are a lot of Spore Colonies out there waiting for him. I'm going to see whether Great actually somehow slowly but surely managed to get himself back into this game, but I think Calm, he did lose quite a few drones back there. And to be focusing more on forces than anything else. Second Spore Colony inside the main now, so 2 Spore Colonies at each base now. For Great, we're going to see what actually, probably just going to stick to as many Zerglings as he can, try to keep the control on the ground. Try to run by those Mutalisks and get inside of Calm's base and do some damage there. But Calm at the very least spotting some of those Zerglings, forcing them back from the north side. They're going to be able to come in from the south side. But Great is going to have an opportunity because he does have a larger amount of force. He's going to have an opportunity to run in with Zerglings and do some damage with that. Calm, I think, finally now has some more Mutalisks out there, a larger group, but it's still not nearly enough to fight back the Spore Colony. He's going to need a lot more than that. Great going to go for this natural expansion here. Drones coming off. Mutalisks are coming back just in time. Just in the nick of time. Should be able to save this with no problem. Not even a single drone going down. Two of them coming off the line, but still in a very good position overall. Just unfortunately for Calm now, this game has kind of turned around a little bit. Ooh, idle drone. Not a good idea in his EVDZ to have an idle drone. But unfortunately now, it is kind of a, I wouldn't say a stalemate because they're not quite necessarily in an equal position, but Great has some decent saturation now on both of his bases, has some decent amount of drones, getting his second gas up. Calm, meanwhile, has been only mining off one base for a very long time, getting some drones out there, might actually get some of them picked off. And unfortunately, the way it is right now, Great is definitely controlling the pace of the game. He's just running those Zerglings out there, making sure, trying to pick off a drone, but main deal with that is just go in there, disrupt the economy as much as possible, make sure the Mutalisks stay inside of Calm's base rather than flying around and annoying him. Finally just now getting Ozara up, but yeah, making sure those Mutalisks stay inside and go and do some harassment, annoy Calm, and if he manages to get a drone kill, drone kill here and there, that's just a big bonus for him. These tactics won't really work forever, but meanwhile, this is going to allow him to get his own large number of Mutalisks. Oh, 2 drones! Wow. Calm completely not paying attention there, not moving his Zerglings back to defend way too late. Third creep colony going to come in at the front, so I think we're going to see a third Spore colony come down. Another just now coming up the Spire, so he's going to be mining 2 gas. Great's already been mining 2 gas for quite a while. He's going to be able to get a lot of Mutalisks out there pretty quickly as soon as he wants. And Calm, unfortunately, been mining for that 1 gas for quite a long time. Been forced to focus on more than Mutalisks. So he, despite that early Mutalisk grouping, is not really going to be able to fight numbers in numbers. So I think this game, the way it is played right now, might just slowly swing into Great's favor. Great has a lot of Zerglings down there on the ground, running straight for Calm's base. He's going to be able to continue that, continue putting on the pressure until he can get a large Mutalisk fleet out there. Calm does have a production hatchery, but I don't really think it's getting much use aside from Zerglings. He's going to be able to continue fighting back these Zerglings in there. But overall, he's not really going to be able to... I'm not really too sure what he's going to manage to do because he needs to go and do some damage. 2 creep colonies come down the front. I think these might be actually sunken colonies. And yet another one. Definitely think there's going to be sunken colonies. He knows he needs them to fight back because I think this is just going to be the final attack here for Calm. It's going to be a do or die thing here. Mutalisks in there all taking Spore colony fire. Zerglings trying to come in, trying to fight back Great's own Zerglings. 1 sunken colony comes down. Second sunken colony going to come up as well. I think Great's going to be able to fight this back. Mutalisks still flying around and somewhere. I don't see any Mutalisks out there. Actually, don't tell me Calm lost on the Spore colonies. That would have been absolutely horrific because I think actually Calm lost most of his forces. Don't see his Mutalisks anywhere from what I can see. Don't see anything flying around the minimap. I think he still has them, but still, yeah, there you go. But definitely has been damaged. Not a lot of Mutalisks out there for him at all. And very soon we're going to be seeing that mass number of Mutalisks coming out there for Great. And I don't think Calm's going to have enough to fight this back. I don't think he has enough units anywhere to fight this back. Great's done an absolutely beautiful job of defending. Still has a decent number of Zerglings out there. Going to be able to go out there and defend. Make sure that nothing on the ground bothers him. Just now getting his mutant number up. I think he's just going to get it up to a decent amount before he moves out. I think that we're going to be a slightly safer bet. Consolidate his number. Get a decent amount of Mutalisks out there. Run out there with his Zerglings. I think with a Mutalisk count and some Zerglings out there, especially with Scourge, he's going to be able to go and do some damage. Still don't know if Calm is mining off a second gas yet or not. As soon as we see a spot, should be doing that at this point, but as soon as we see a spot, the natural expansion, we'll actually be able to see that. Great yet again running with a scout, Zergling scout, going to get picked off. There is a second gas, by the way, mining probably for a while, not for Calm. But look at that number of Mutalisks for Great, and looking at that number of Mutalisks for Calm, Great definitely has a larger number. Might actually go out there and do some harassment because there are no Spore colonies on the ground. If he goes out there and massacres the Mutalisks of Calm, he's going to be able to go and massacre a bunch of drones alongside. I think even just the flies in there should be able to actually get a couple of drone kills just with that. And it'll Scourge in the air as well to support him. We're going to be seeing a lot more Mutalisks in the air. I think this game's just slowly turning. Unless Calm somehow miraculously manages to fight back that those Mutalisks of Greats, he's going to be able to bring him back into this game. But he's just been economically weaker for quite a while, despite the economic damage he did early on. A lot of Scourge to support those Mutalisks of Greats. So he's going to have a lot of auxiliary forces for his Mutalisks in the air. Is going to be going there and act as a kind of a the usual kamikaze troops to try to do some damage. And I think just with initial shots, he's going to be able to come at them with surprise. He's going to go out there, going to be able to be aggressive because there are no Scourge in there for Calm. Going to go out there, get some shots on the drones, picking up, I think, 1 or 2 drones right there. Going to go and engage. Scourge can come in as well. Calm's going to be forced to micro again. He's going to try to fly back and forth, get some of the shots, pick off some of the Scourge, but meanwhile, Great taking the opportunity, picking off even more drones, so he's going to be able to do a lot of economic damage. He's going to be able to control the pace of the game. Zergling running in there as well. Going to yet again go for this. Scourge forcing back, just fighting back, forcing Calm into a corner here. He's run out of Scourge at the moment. Calm has his own Scourge coming in, so Great's going to use the opportunity to run back home. Has even more Mutalisk reinforcement, a lot of Mutalisk reinforcement ready for any time that he needs them, but still Great doing a good job now controlling the pace of the game, completely forcing Calm to drag some of his drones off the main into the natural expansion. A lot of damage now, and Great just going to be able to ride this, going to be able to continue getting Scourge and Mutas out there. And I just don't think Calm's going to have an answer to this. I just don't think. I think further along this game goes, the longer this game goes on, I think this is going to be Great's game. I just don't think Calm is overall in a very good position. Did a good job of fighting back in the end, got those Scourge in the air just in time to force Great back. But Great just going to be able to continue consolidating his number, going to continue getting his Scourge count up alongside his Mutalisk, and going to be able to go and barrel in yet again and do a bunch of damage. You see a bunch of larvae just sitting around the main for Calm. Not enough. He just does not have the resources. He isn't wasting anything on Zerglings or drones right now because he needs a Mute account. He needs those Scourge in the air, but just does not have enough. Still, some Zerglings feelers being sent out there for Great. Actually has something at the 9 o'clock natural minute only. Wondering when they actually thinking of picking up an expansion there. I don't think actually in a very good time right now. I think it's more risky. I think he has an advantage. I don't think he needs to get his economy up there. He's got Armor 1. Oh, Carapace 1 upgrades now for Great. So this is going to be it. This is going to be the final blow. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage with this. Calm has a lot of Scourge, but that Carapace 1 upgrade, that's going to be the death blow, death knell for Calm here. No way. Just very nice timing here for upgrades. Also for Great. Should actually be able to go for this now. Waiting even more reinforcement. More Scourge and Murmurs coming in here for him. We're going to see what actually manages somehow surprise Calm. Try to make it so that he gets the first shots off. Mutalisk engaging all each other. Scourge flying into each other all points. And now this is the kind of engagement that Great wants. He has the Carapace upgrade. He rips everything to pieces. And Calm GG's. So Great going to even this up at 1-1. Going to run out of his booth. Okay, maybe not. Okay, he's going to run out of his booth, but no smile. It's just stoic expression. The opposite side, exactly the same thing. So we're even Steven so far, guys. Going to go bring you guys a third set. Hey guys, Ranch here, bringing StarCraft commentary. Continuing on with the third set between Great and Calm, the Hana Daetoo quarterfinals. It's going to be on match point. ZVZ action yet again. Getting colors and position out of the way. At the upper left-hand position in teal, we're going to have Great representing Samsung Khan. At the upper right-hand position, we have Calm in, what was that, purple? Purple. Representing SGX Seoul, which I am so happy that got new uniforms. Thank you, 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 thank you. For not well, it's kind of funny because the guy that's sitting opposite him now they used to have one of the coolest uniforms in StarCraft. Now they have the ugliest uniform in StarCraft. So congratulations, guys. Congrats. Anyway, 43, 44, 45. So moving on with this, with these guys showing us their ZVZ prowess. Actually, no, ZVZ, it makes a bit of a boring quarterfinals because I honestly feel that ZVZ has become the most boring mirror matchup. It used to be Terran for me, T versus T for me, but now it's definitely Zerg versus Zerg for me because it's just Zerglings and Mutalisks, and that's it. And if it ever gets any more interesting, it's always a long game. It's always half an hour, 40 minutes. Then maybe we get something funky in there. Then maybe we get Devourers, Defilers, Guardians sometimes, you know, some stuff like that. But it always takes way too long. Makes a much more interesting ZVZ, but at the same time, then the game is huge, and so take your poison. Pick your poison. Calm yet again. Going to go for overpull. I believe that was an overpull anyway. I totally missed the build there. God, man, what's wrong with you? But I believe he went for just. I think both players actually went for overpull into quick extractor. If I'm totally wrong, I apologize. My eyes were just not paying attention to what was happening on the screen. But both players going for fairly fast. Actually, no. Okay, no. 9 pulls. Whoa, okay, never mind. Overpulls is what I'm talking about. It's 9 pulls into gas. 9 pull into quick gas. So that's going to be very aggressive builds from both players. Apparently trying to switch up a little bit. But there's going to be a lot of Zerglings out there very quickly. Might be seeing some... We're going to see whether there's going to be a rush to lair. Most likely going to be a rush to lair, then get some speed for those Zerglings on the ground. On the opposite, yeah, we'll see Great rushing to lair right away. Overlord's going to meet each other here, actually. Calm, fortunately for him, getting the scout in the correct direction, so he's going to be going to the upper left hand. Meanwhile, both players are going to be able to run their Zerglings in the correct direction. Going to meet each other here close to the middle, or is there going to be an engagement? Yeah, definitely one of these guys wants to make sure that the other one does not get inside their own base, so we're going to possibly see the engagement here on the bridge. No, Gretsch is going to be able to run back, stick on this bridge, waiting for his lair up. And very good for Calm is that he has that scout inside. He knows that Great's going for pretty much exactly the same thing he does. So the earliest he has the scout in, he has the advantage that way. Great, meanwhile, not going to be able to get in the scout inside of Calm's base for a very long time unless he somehow manages to sneak his inside. Calm going to try to get up this ramp. Don't think he has enough. With no speed especially, I don't think he's going to be able to get up this ramp. Great. He's going to have very quick, very short resupply route. Going to be able to, yeah, just pick off some Zerglings. There's Calm desperately trying to pick off one of those Zerglings at the top, but still I just don't think he's going to be able to accomplish this. Trying to yet again, picking off one Zergling, running back home. Sitting another 2 Zergling, trying to pick off another one, losing one of his own, but picking off 2. Just slowly lessening the number, but doesn't really have much to put on pressure. Getting some reinforcements here and there, but don't think he's going to manage too much. Overall, I think Great's pretty much grouped himself pretty well at this point. So we're probably just going to be seeing this little Zergling stalemate here, and then a rush to mutas. That's what I'm expecting anyway. Spire going to be just like a second earlier for Great, but pretty much the same thing for both players. And I need a sip of my root beer. Root beer. American root beer, AW root beer, which is generally not available here, but we have one store that imports American stuff. So I just ate, like, in the last, 2 weeks, I ate 3 boxes of Pop-Tarts. Blueberry frosted Pop-Tarts. Okay. Anyway. I'm going to continue putting on the pressure. At this point, I think Break might... Great Break? Did I call him Break? Great might break out. Not Break might grade out. That's just weird. Great might break out because he has quite a few Zerglings out there. Just don't think he wants to funnel down his Zerglings. He'll lose a bit more than he really wants to give up. Meanwhile, he's just going to put up a production hatchery inside of his main. Calm might meanwhile just get a natural instead because he can safely holds that contain, which is not really a contain. Just Great doesn't really want to bust out simply because he's going to lose a lot of Zerglings doing so because it's kind of running down a funnel. If he tries to bust down, it's going to open him to a lot of fire from those, a lot of open attacks from Calm. Does he find? Still don't think he has still doesn't have any scout inside of Calm's base, so he really has no idea. He can just pretty much guess that with all those Zerglings out there, Calm's going for something similar as him. Getting that production hatch though. Ooh, wow, just a bunch of Scourge just starting to gonna fly right across the map. This might actually be very effective because we see Calm. I'm not quite sure if those are mutas and if those Scourge come in at just the right time, those mutas might just die the second they pop out. So we're gonna see the micromanagement for Calm. We're gonna see how good the cloning is. Oh, 3 mutas are gonna be able to manage to group up. Scourge flying it back. Calm might actually open himself up. He's trying to micromanage around. Yeah, I think he actually got hit. Oh, another hit coming in. Still has all of his mutas. 1 muta down. Another muta goes down. He's going to be able to get the 3rd one. Is Calm going to be able to save this? Oh, man. It should have 1 more muta at home. Not yet. Still flying away. Oh, man. Oh, they stopped. I was going to do the song. Oh, well. Now, this Scourge against muta. Scourge against muta. Scourge trying to find the position. Actually going to go for the other muta. Actually, not 2 mutas at this point, so they might be able to fight back the Scourge. Great, just microing the Scourge, the crap out of that Scourge, trying to find a position that he can open in and attack that. Now it's a mutalist flying Scourge, and now mutalist following the Scourge, and now Great going to come in with his own mutas. So you might actually pick this up, actually going to go in with his own Scourge back. But beautiful job of picking off those mutalists. Now he's going to have, I think, 4 mutas now with that Scourge reinforced alongside. Calm on the opposite side has, I think, 3 mutas, one of them extremely damaged. More Scourge and more Mutafizz reinforcements coming in. Great, gonna go for it right here. Gonna go and engage his Muta. Scourge gonna come in as well. Do more damage. 1 reinforcement. Oh, Muta pops, dies instantly to Scourge and Mutalisk. Muta, more Scourge and more Muta coming in here for Great. Is he gonna be able to pick this? Gonna force Calm back because of those Scourge. But Great needs to go in here and do some damage. Also, just waiting with the Scourge across the X. He loses Scourge there. So I think Great at this point gonna be forced back. Calm has a superior number of Mutas at this point, even though they're heavily damaged. And now we're going to see Mutas following Mutas. So, oh, damn it. They don't want me to sing the song. I actually perfectly understand them now that I think about it. Probably all my subscribers going, oh, thank God they're not letting him sing the song. Great actually going to split his Mutas up. Going to sacrifice one for the cause. No, okay. Going to try to get a shot off. Should have actually taken a Scourge, I think. Should have just flown his Muta into a Scourge just to kill one. He wasn't going to accomplish anything with it anyway. But yeah, Great. Okay, Calm still has a bunch of Zerg inside of Great base, so that's still a stalemate on the ground there. But Great, meanwhile, you're getting quite a decent number of Mutas out there with a production hatchery. On the opposite side, we did see Calm putting up a natural expansion. So the further along the game goes on, he's not going to be able to get any advantage with that so far. So Great might actually just win with a production advantage right here. He's going to have a production advantage for a little while. Advantage to utilize that. Well, he does have a larger number of Mutas out there. And if he just managed to utilize this as quickly as possible, he's going to be able to do something. If he doesn't want to go and be aggressive, he might at the very least pick at that Zergling number on the ground, make sure that those don't annoy him anymore. I think that might actually be a pretty good idea to try to lessen that threat. They've actually, at this point, run across the bridge. One Zergling go to try to meet. And Great's actually going to move it out with his own Zergling. Going to have to make sure that those Zerglings don't get inside of his own base. So this might be a risky move from here. Calm is moved out over his own Zerglings back. And Great actually put in a second colony inside of his main because he is a little bit worried about the Zerglings going to come in. Calm going to get right inside of Great's base. Great's going to go for full out assault inside of Calm's natural expo. We're going to see what Great is not going to move in on Zerglings back. One second colony inside of his base alongside all of his drones to get is going to be able to protect this. Not quite a full surround. That second colony, drones also dying, but now Great's going to go right inside the main here. Zerglings on the ground, going to try to surround the Spire, going to try to pick that off. Scourge and Muto, quite a large number of forces in the air here for Great. Managed to do a lot of damage. Spire gonna go down. Now it's gonna come down. Who's gonna have enough to do enough damage? Calm picking off the sunken colony with his last Zergling, but Great still pressuring here with Scourge and Mutas, picking off all the drones and really forcing them into natural expansion. The opposite side, Great does almost no mining of himself, still getting some more Mutas out there, but he's gonna be able to survive the main, not doing anything. One drone inside the natural expansion, so I definitely think that Calm is overall in a much worse position. He's lost most of his economy. Great going for full assault here, picking off the last drone of Calm's. No drone production. Larva just in there, not doing anything. He has some Mutas in the air, and that's the last thing he has. But is he going to be able to accomplish enough with this? Does Great have enough to defend? He has a lot of Zerglings on the ground, doesn't have much in the air. One Muto going flying in there. I think he lost most of his. So we're going to see what the Calm actually managed to fight back with just this little Mutos grouping is the last thing he has. Is he going to be able to do enough damage? He's going to go and micro against these Mutos there. He's going to go and try to pick it off. Is he going to be able to at the very least beat this Muto here? Great, meanwhile, still going to go and force back with his Zergling. Scourge picking off that Muto. Oh, last Mutos goes down, and GG from Calm. Great turning it around. A little smile on his face now. 2-1 ahead. 1 away from winning this. I'm going to see what happens here. Great playing. Well, great. Calm going to take a sip of his organic Zerg mutator juice or something. And I'm going to go bring you guys the fourth set. GG. Wrenching out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Hey guys, Ratchet Beagles, oh my god, I got to sing at the beginning of a video! Yes! Victory is mine! It's going to be the fourth set in the Hana Daetoo MSL quarterfinals. At the total cup position in teal, we're going to have Great. At the 4-cup position in yellow, we're going to have Calm, and I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. 24. Why am I doing this? I just say what? I haven't had any booze or drugs or anything, which is a shame. They make my commentary so better, and they also make me forget words in between. Anyway. This is going to be on Triathlon, 3-player map. Overlord's going to fly right across each other, going to meet each other, and like, clue, Sherlock, you are in that position, And it's going to be some clues there. Triathlon, of course, the what the hell map of this MSL season, but I still kind of like it. They've brought interesting games overall, I feel. So, and the eggs aren't, well, aside from the fact that it'll let you take a safer natural expo, they haven't become that huge a factor. I mean, just it allows safer economic play early on, But it still leads to some just decent economic games that just drag on for a little bit longer. But when I say drag on, I don't mean that in a bad way. I think they just go on longer and can actually, you know, be played well. Anyway, let's see. Going to be, I think it was an overpoolage from Great. Also going to add in, was it 12? No, overpool. On the opposite, we're going to be seeing a 12 hatch for Calm right inside that main. Of course, the problem with that move is that, well, Zerglings are not going to be able to get there. Well, actually, now that I think about it, there's not in a ZVZ. This is actually less risky because you're going to have your Mutalisks flying around, and you're going to be able to reinforce that. But generally, it's extremely weak to. Okay, on the opposite side, Great apparently not quite managing to get a drone across. I think you actually need minerals on your worker to get anything across. I'm not at all too sure. I think I'm pretty much sure I've seen something that does workers that don't have any resources come across, but I'm not overall too sure. Going to be seeing the spawning pool and going to be seeing the spawning pool and the extractor on the opposite side for Calm. Going to be seeing a production hatchery actually for Great inside of his own main. We're going to see the Overlord flying around inside. I think there might be a way. It might actually be hiding itself from the Overlord a little bit. Lair going to be on the way. So, going to be an early lair here for Calm, but for Great, I'm sorry, but Calm's still going to be able to fight back economically. He's going to have that pretty safe base to take. Of course, you can't take any ground force inside that base, but that's actually a blessing in a ZVZ. That means those organs can get inside that natural expo. Mutalisks get inside, but you have your own Mutalisks to counteract that, so it's safe in that matter. But especially in non-mirrors, or actually every other matchup except ZVZ, that base can be extremely vulnerable if your opponent goes for air or drops. It can be extremely vulnerable because you're not going to be able to stream in any forces from the ground unless you get rid of those eggs. So Calm already going to start mining. Yeah, just drone went right through, no minerals or anything. I don't know why it was having problems inside of Great's main, but he's going to start mining inside the natural expo. Going to see how quick he gets his own lair up. Actually, Great meanwhile just going to have a few Zerglings outside of his own base to support, and I had my eyes just way too close to the screen right now. Oh God! Wow! Now I'm forced to blink. What? Oh, dear God! That was awkward and weird and annoying. I think I saw a Spire. Yeah, did see a Spire. I'm pretty sure. Yep, Spire. Yeah, should be a Spire right there for Great. So he's gonna get his Spire up there, get those Mutalisks in there, and to try to get those. Do some damage. Calm the opposite, just getting his economy up, getting his minerals going, has a few Zerglings to defend his ramp, but he's going to be able to get to play this fairly safely. He just needs to, he is getting the spot, full spot. Both players are getting the full scout inside of each other's bases, but Calm has to be ready to counteract this. He has, still don't think I saw a lair from him. Not a real too sure. Was that a lair? I'm not, God, I'm confused. But he did get his second extractor on the way. And I think Great's actually thinking of expanding inside of his own secondary. Yeah, there is a Spire out there for the Calm. Actually, get his lair up already. Oh, wow, my eyes feel all weird after getting in way too close to the screen. Back up, back up, back up, Renshin. We don't want you to go blind. You're blind enough with those glasses you have on your face. And now I'm talking to myself. Insanity is 2 steps away. And then I get the padded room, which I can just basically lie around all over the place and go berserk and not hurt myself. Yay! Unless I punch myself in the teeth. Illusion Chamber now on the way, so Calm's going to fight back those Mutalisks with some ground. This is actually very good with the base he took. He's going to be able to put down a Spore Colony inside that base. Great meanwhile going to try to go in with his Zerglings, but Calm has a pretty decent defense here. He's going to have enough, though. I think Great has a few more Zerglings on the ground trying to pressure in, but he's getting them slaughtered. Wow, Calm doing a very nice positioning of his Zerglings. Not going to have enough because Great's going to come in more reinforcement. But Calm, you know, does have a Sunken Colony inside of his base. Very timely Sunken Colony. Has some more Zerglings coming in as well, but he did a very good job on that ramp there. Picked off a lot more Zerglings than I thought he would be able to. Only one Zergling with a Sunken Colony in there now. Drones are going to be able to join the fight. One drone goes down. Scourge. Calm trying to get. Oh, man. Great going for the same strategy he went for that last time. I think he actually managed to get. Definitely got one drone. Not quite sure if he got any more than that. Didn't get much in the way of Mutalisks. Spore Colonies, I think, are now up to defend for Calm as well. So Great actually this time around going for Scourge. This is actually not helping this time. Not being as effective with him as he was in the last one. He's not getting an additional base. Just going to use the production hatchery, try to get as many mutas out there as he can. But I think Calm just has a stronger economy. He's going to be able to get a lot of mutas out there really quickly. He has the second gas mining. He's going to be able to get a huge mass. Going to get a lot of Scourge to help himself support. He did lose, I think, a drone, maybe 2 in there, but overall not too much damage done, especially with what he has the natural exploit. He's been mining a lot more this entire time than Great. And Great's going to have... He lost way too many Zerglings in that attack, really, but he has to go and he has to finish this off now. Going to go inside the natural exploit. There is a spore colony there, but is he still going to try? No, just going to fly away. Doesn't want to risk too much. A lot of Scourge and Mutalisk on the opposite side ready for Calm. So I think with the way this game is developing, I think this is going to be more Calm's game than Great's game. I think this Great's going to have a... He's going to find himself in a lot of trouble. Going to be able to pick off a... Is he going to be able to pick off an overlord? Not able to get... No! Calm going to come in and save it just in time. Scourge and Mutalisk going to fly back. Force those Mutalisk back. I'm going to threaten you guys with a song again. No, I'm kidding. I kid you. I'm not that mean. So, let's see. Still Mutalisk, Zerglings. Running about. Them darn delinquents. But yeah, Great gonna try to go for, I think, a final attack. He needs to do something. He needs to accomplish something now because the further the game goes on, the more position he's gonna be in. He's gonna be able to distract these Mutalisk. Gonna get in with his own Zerglings, but he's definitely gonna lose this fight. All those Scourge, all those Mutalisk. He needs to get something done. He's gonna be able to focus down the Spire. So what Calm has right now is what he needs to utilize because he just lost his Spire. He needs to fight this back right now. Getting him so Scourged. Oh man, that's not very good. I managed to get as many mutants in the larva as possibly can. Just not going to get his Spire back up. Meanwhile, Great going to expand at the going to expand in his own natural expansion instead of the secondary beyond the eggs. Calm going to be able to meanwhile fight back some of those Scourge. And GG from Great. Oh, he just GG'd right there. That's abrupt, but I just don't think he had anything to fight back. Calm had way too large a mutant count, and Great had 0 forces. No Zerglings to force him away, and no mutants in the air either. So that would explain the GG. Just get it over with. Never mind fighting back. Just go in and refocus for the next one. So we're going to bring you guys the 5th set. No Antos spoilers for you today, guys. GG, run through now. 5th set. Now. 4. No. Oh, you gave me hope. You give me hope in the last one, then you just take it away. Rip it out of me, you bastards. Hey guys, this is Ranch here, bringing us of commentary. This is going to be the 5th and final set between Great and Calm in the Hana Daetoo MSL quarterfinals. The upper left hand position in teal, we're going to have Great. And at the bottom right hand position in purple, we're going to have Calm. The Great Calm. Sounds like something that would probably happen at the end of the battle. You know, like everybody kills each other, and at the end there's the Great Calm. So, yeah, we need sync. 28, 29, 30, because they screwed me over. Bastards. Give me hope once, and then just... we live to be mean to Ranchin. Yes. Damn you, you MBC game people. And I can't do nukes except things, so I'm forced to use sync with the numbers in the build. Anyway, really happy that it got to this. Really happy. Although I gotta say, this is gonna be an odd eye too, where in the first set we saw some absolute genius from Calm. We're gonna see. Wondering if he's actually gonna try to pull a similar move, because it is something that I think you could pull off more than once. I think actually this time around Great will be questioning himself, and I think that already might be an idea for Calm. Great might go, "Will we do something crazy like that again? Will he try to trick me? Should I play a little bit more safe? Should I? What should I do? What do I do? I don't know. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?" But Odd Eye 2, a map that Zerg players tend to go 12-hatch on, interestingly enough. 2-player map that players just tend to go 12-hatch on. And we're going to be seeing exactly the same thing here, so very interesting, very interesting. Is it going to come, I think? Yeah, no, just straight up 12-hatch, send each other naturals, nothing weird, just straight up normal, good old 12 hatches. But I think Calm has actually played a little bit more sloppy than he played his first set. I really think some of his stuff just hasn't quite been up there. Part of it is that Great has caught him well. He's put himself in a slightly better position. But overall, I feel just part of Calm's play just didn't seem as strong as I've seen it. Perhaps, for instance, I don't think it's as strong as it was in the Avalon MSL, where his ZVZ was really a sight to behold, where he beat Jaedong, he beat Quanro, he beat Zero, or was... it was either him or Quanro that beat. I think it was Quanro that beat Zero. Anyway, yeah, but Jaedong and Quanro already, 2 nice wins, best of 5s against against those guys, and he played very good ZVZs. And Quanro played in the Avalon MSL Finals. Quanro, despite losing, played very good ZVZs against him. They were very good games. Just he unfortunately ended up losing. But so we're gonna see what he manages, whether he gets that clutch back. Great, not known as like very great. Oh God, puns commence. Great's not known as a great clutch player. I think he's been in an OSL semi before where he got curb stomped. Yeah, I think it was in the Daetoo, I think, pretty sure, or Bacchus, Daetoo or Bacchus, I forget which it is. He lost to Yarnak, and it just got 3-0'd by Yarnak in the semifinals. He played very well up to that point, but then just got completely crushed in the semis, and I think it was disappointment for a lot of people, but you know, I still don't think he would have been able to beat Jaedong in the finals, but unfortunately he just kind of folded in the ZVZ against Yarnak, who then folded against Jaedong. Lair's on the way, Zerging's on the prowl. We're just going to be seeing Zerging's out for both players. Great apparently going to be the one that put on the pressure now. Calm going to play a little bit more defensively, just get his Zerging's out of his own natural expansion, trying to get some drones in there, get that mining going. We're just going to, yeah, it's all either going to be one player manages to break with Zerglings, do enough damage, or Mutalists go in there and one player manages to dominate the other in the skies. Great going to try to put on some pressure, going to try to run back up that ramp, so that's the whole purpose of trying to do that, trying to get himself to be able to run up that ramp. Drone's actually going to be pulled off the line. Calm going to try to, okay, that was interesting, pulling those off the line on the ramp and then back. That's weird. But we're going to see what actually tries to utilize these drones in any way to actually fight this back. Oh, catching Great there. Oh, Great's going to be able to get those inside of Calm's base, but get himself caught in, so he's going to be able to at least get a scout. Might get a drone. One drone going to go down. He's going to get more than one. Might get two. Did he get two? I don't know. He got only one. So that's at the very least minimal damage. Still not something you want. Drones are very important, especially in ZVZ. Every single drone counts. Spire on the way for both players. Great Meal, which is going to retreat to the back of his own base. Get his own Spire up. Get his second extractor up. I think it was actually quite a quick second extractor. I'm not quite sure whether Calm has his. Don't think Calm has his own second extractor on the way. He has a bigger Spire, faster Spire though. I just think that Great has been used a lot of his last larva, just on a bunch of Zerglings, so he can continue having that presence across the map. Not putting on the pressure right now, but he's actually hiding some 4 Zerglings here at across the bridge, the upper right. Trying to maybe go for a Calm-esque move, try to hide force. Of course, there is always a risk. It is a risk in the war going for these smart builds, because you are separating your army. Instead of having one large ball of forces that you can use to overpower your opponent, you are sacrificing a part of your forces to hold in that reserve to try to go for that move. And so you got to be overall very careful. Calm also has a second extractor, getting his double gas going. So we are going to be seeing a bunch of Mutalists out there for both players, and it's all going to come down to who puts on the pressure, who manages to hold the other person inside of their base, put on the pressure, because that's really what it's going to come down to. Calm going to get those Mutalists out there, going to be able to put on some pressure. Is he going to go and just focus on something? He's going to start off by just focusing down an Overlord. So you're going to try to get in some kill, just getting his number up, going to go and try to limit the Psy of his opponent. That's a decent start. It's not, probably knows, I'm not going to be able to get inside the base without any opposition anyway. And not quite sure what he would have managed. He might actually get 2 Overlords here, though, and that's already a huge hit. Great Miwatch is going to run up with those organs. We're going to see whether Calm has enough to defend that he has to get his number up, get himself into a ball. I think 2 Overlords now dead for Great, and I don't think he has enough Zerglings out there to attack. Calm actually going to go and start following those Zerglings on the ground and try to put on some pressure on those, try to pick some of them off. We'll get some of these Zerglings already. And then every single force that Great loses now, it's pretty bad. He not going to be able to reinforce as quickly as possible because he's lost a lot of side just with those 2 Overlords. Going to go out there, try to get a scout with a 1 Zergling. He's not going to manage to do much. Meanwhile, also still has some of his Zerglings in there, but not enough to break. I think Calm has enough. Calm also has some Scourge in there. Seems to have a larger number of Mutalists simply because he managed to get the Spire out sooner. And, of course, that he doesn't have Psy problems, and he hasn't lost as many forces. Great has lost more forces overall, I feel. Some Scourge out there. The Zerg going to be able to get the Scout in sight. Going to try to pick off the drone, but Zerg's just going to fight each other to the death, and the pink one, or the purple one's going to win. And Calm apparently just going to go in there full front. So it has no Zerglings. Zerglings left at home. Some Scourge and Muta just fighting each other, Scourge hitting each other on both sides. Calm has more of them, though. Also moving in with his Zerglings. He's going to go with his full force. He has a much larger Zergling count. So here it is. This is going to be the final fight right here. Does have Calm enough. Calm has a much larger amount of forces. Zergings as well. Great looking like he's in trouble. Zergings streaming up. Drones dying. Zergings left at home. No mutas to fight back. Nothing to fight back inside the main. And now you see how Calm going to get himself into the semifinals of the Hana Daetoo MSL. GG from Great. He gets knocked out. Calm, not even a smile on his face, thinking I should have been able to do that better. Just going to rub his hair a little bit. And Great going to go home a little bit disappointed. Decent performance, but not quite enough. Calm just taking that bit-by-bit advantage there and taking it for the win. So GG guys, for listening. Hope you enjoyed this one. Yeah, more as the weekend goes on. It might be something late because this is the weekend and I work this weekend. But you know, I'm gonna get you all guys these games as soon as I possibly can. So thanks. Later. Thanks for listening and all that thing. I got nothing. Wow, my brain just. I'm gonna take a super root beer. Later, guys.